Hello everybody, my name is Petr Koutný and today I'm going to show you how Magnus Carlsen is losing his game against Hans Niemann. And maybe this is a surprise, but to be open and to be honest, Hans played amazing chess game and maybe he surprised Magnus Carlsen because, just imagine that Magnus Carlsen is one of the best chess player of all times and games. This is his land, but Magnus with white pieces is going to lose in endgame against Hans Moog. And now let's speak about the ratings because Magnus is rated, of course, he is number 1 on the world, 2861. Hans is rated 2688. So, if not 200 points different, nearly 200 points different, and that's something what I am shocked. Magnus with white against player rated 200 lower. Of course, we are speaking about Sinquefield Cup 2022. Magnus Carlsen is white and Hans is black. So, round number 3. My name is Petr Koutný and I hope that you are going to enjoy this video. If yes, feel free and press like or press follow and make my day. Now we are back because we are in the main position where Magnus now should go for endgame, but it's important for him to take back a pawn on c4, and of course he is going to take pawn on c4. Now let's speak about this position. White has maybe smaller edge. His pieces are better, but his pawn formation is weakened. So say that maybe white will enjoy middle game and not really enjoy endgame. Now, black played a nice move e5. Why? Because his light squares bishop on c8 is blocked and he need heir. And now he played move e5. And why I'm enjoying this move? Because center is the most important part of the chessboard and move e5 is going to center and pawn on e5 is only one pawn in the center. Nearly everything, nearly every times, what is in center is great and is doing a great job. So e5 is nice move, bishop g5, h6 and rook d1. I think that this is a mistake, but what was maybe stronger, it was to take on f6 and now to play knight d2. Why? This position is nearly level. Of course, without any doubt, white pieces are well placed, white has got activity, and because of this is maybe stronger. But because of his pawn weaknesses, it's not stronger. So if I'm going to count everything together, I think that this position is level. Of course, chances are open and I'm not telling you that somebody is winning or losing, but at least I think that this position is level and both players are playing for their advantage. But there was only variation because here Magnus played not the best move at all. Maybe he missed move bishop e6, and after this move Magnus has to trade his queens, and that's not exactly his taste because he could be longer in the middle game and he is jumping immediately to endgame. So bishop e6 and maybe this move Magnus missed. Now black will play against white's pawn weaknesses, and this is not a funny position for white. Of course, at the other side, Magnus is one of the best chess player on the world and he is great endgame player. So even here, I think that he could not only survive, but still play for victory. But Hans is going to play amazing chess and he will outplay Magnus Carlsen. So, rook exchange a queen, and here now Magnus decided to take on f6. Yes, let's speak about these weaknesses. Black is weak on king side, but for white is difficult to attack black weaknesses. At the other side, for black is not difficult to attack pawn on c3, which is in a semi-open file. It's not hard to attack a3 pawn, which is on a nearly semi-open a file. So two wide weaknesses, it's easy to attack, but say some black weaknesses, it's not easy to attack, and for this reason I believe that this position is nice for black. Even we are in only 16 move and black is absolutely fine, so there is no any doubt that white's got advantage. And now he played king f1, maybe stronger. It was knight d2. Yes, of course, here is a pawn, so that's a danger, and Magnus has to be sure. But this is interesting option. Say white is losing pawn, knight e4, and if black is going to d6, I think that this knight is danger and is doing a good job with good compensation for white. Activity is the most important principle of chess, and it's much more stronger to be active than to be passive. So Magnus decided to play king f1, and of course this is a good move. But at the other side, this is not the best move, as we saw maybe. So, okay, now knight a5, and that's now hard position for white. Knight and bishop plus rook. And altogether, I believe that black's got chances to have better pieces. And that's important in endgame. So rook d1, and now another brilliant move of Hans. He's not going immediately for this exchange because he believes that his rook is stronger. And he's right. So he came to c8. And maybe this is another not nice decision of Magnus Carlsen, because he played knight d2, bishop e6 and c4. Okay, here it's not the best move to win this pawn, because I believe that black will win this pawn in any time, at any time, of course. So black should go maybe b6 to not be pawn b7 under attack, or maybe to go to f8 to bring his king to the center. That's every time's nice. So I don't know if this was the best move, but it was the move. And after this exchange, say that this position is complicated. Yes, of course, both players are playing for maybe advantage, but still, if I have chance to decide side for who I will play, I will choose black. So bishop d5, that's a threat against f7, so black has to go back to c7. And now let's watch this knight, because the biggest hero of this game will be this knight. This knight will play amazing concert, and he will outplay Magnus Carlsen. So rook a8, it's important in endgame to attack opponent pawns, a6, rook b8 and f5. Okay, it's important to find a space, room and air for all black pieces. Rook e8 and e4. And g4 looks like this is a strong move, but I think f3, it was much more stronger. It's important to destroy these black pawns, which are a winning space for black player. So rook c5 happened, and that's another tempo. Maybe now Magnus should go rook d8 and to be okay. The threat is, of course, is to go to rook d7 and to attack f7 or b7. Magnus is not active as he usually is, and he played bishop a2, some kind of passive move. Sometime passivity is the best way to lose a game, and I think that the best way here it was to take on g4, and here knight c4 and h5, and probably here white is lost. Of course, this is an issue, and this is a pawn, and of course, if anything happened here, black has got 4 against 3. So that's a chance to claim nearly winning advantage. But let's come back. Knight c4 sounds good to me, and last hope for Magnus, and he's missing this variation. It was to go for rook endgame. You know, somebody will tell you that nearly every rooks endgames are draw, so at least that was a chance. And here, say this variation, yes, it's difficult, but Magnus is great, and maybe he will hold safe this game. But that's another story for another game, because here he played a4, and this is a losing knight d6, and this is a great knight, and rook e7. It will be difficult for black to hurt this knight, and if he will not hurt this knight is doing great job on d6. He's going to save or defend b7, f7, f5, e4 pawn, and one day he's going to block the c4 square, and he's going to support move b5. So that's a great job of this knight, and let's get inspiration from this game. So okay, black took it on g4, and now e3. Yes, that's a threat. Checkmate on c1, and I think that because of these moves, because of these threats, black is playing amazing chess, and he deserved to win this game. Magnus is outplayed, and this is not such a common picture how somebody is going to outplay Magnus Carlsen. So well done to Hans, because that was a performance of the year. So okay, of course, to take here is a check here, take, and nobody will stop f2 pawn. That's the reason why Magnus is facing big difficulties, and he took on e3 and this knight again and again. This knight is doing amazing job, and still that's the threat. So to take on f7 is a mistake. Let's check this variation, because check, and again threat against bishop, and I think this is absolutely game over and no hope for white. So Magnus is not enjoying this position, and check, and rook c2 again. That's happened again check, and now how to win this game? We have 2 against 1. We have 2 against 1 in another side of the chessboard, and black has got 2 active pieces, and maybe he will active his last, not the best piece, and at the end altogether black is winning. So bishop d5, and even Magnus is doing his best. Now it's not enough. So knight g5, and let's go forward, and check, and this endgame is one endgame. Extra black's pawn, good knight, and pawn majorities on both sides. Even everybody know that in the open position bishop is stronger than knight, and knight is not happy to play everywhere because he's not a fast piece. But here maybe this is another example. a5 and king e5. So that's the first threat. That's another threat, and yes, maybe that's the plan, but that's not a fast plan. So king g3, check on f1. To take this pawn is a losing, because exactly here we are not playing of both sides of the chessboard, and this is a typical position where knight is stronger against bishop, because they are playing on one side. So knight f1 check, and for this reason Magnus is doing his best, but it's 3 pawns down. If not 3, maybe 2. If not 2, maybe 1, but still that's enough. If black will play only here, knight will be stronger than bishop. So okay, let's go there, and 2 pawns, 2 pass pawns. Knight is playing on one side and knight is stronger. Even here, white has no move. It's very hard to stop these pass pawns. And now Magnus resigned. So that was a great performance of Hans Niemann, and he's going to outplay Magnus Carlsen. Hopefully you saw interesting chess game, and if yes, feel free and press like or press follow and made my day. Thank you very much. Hopefully see you soon in our another YouTube chess video. Take care. Bye bye.